Hi, this is the first one in a series of videos on vector space classification. In this video, I will introduce some basic knowledge about vector space classification. First of all, let's talk about vector space model. Vector space model is the representation of a set of documents as vectors in a common vector space. The set of documents in a collection then may be viewed as a set of vectors in a vector space, in which there is one essay for each term. For one document, they may be interested in hundreds, thousands of terms. For a set of documents, it would be high dimensionality, like 100,000 of dimensions. I bought a pack of Skittles to represent a set of documents. Each Skittle represents one document. They are being classified into three main topics according to their terms. For example, documents in the class China tend to have a high value on dimensions like Chinese, Beijing, and Mao, whereas documents in the class UK tend to have high value for London, British, the Queen. We can draw boundaries that separate them and classify new documents. How exactly this is done is the topic of this series of videos. This representation loses the relative ordering of the terms in each document, where we point out that the document like Mary is quicker than John and John is quicker than Mary are identical in such a bag of words representation. Now we understand the meaning of representing documents as vectors. To illustrate properties of document vectors in vector classification, we will rent these vectors as points in a plane. In reality, document vectors are length normalized unit vectors that point to the surface of a high sphere. We can view the 2D plane as projection onto a plane of the surface of a sphere like the Earth. If we look at the same length inside the right circle, we can say that using the different projection, the area of the same length will be different. How that transformation of projection occurs changes the appearance of the final map and the relative size object in different parts of the map. Distance on the surface of the sphere and on the projection plane are probably the same as long as we restrict ourselves to small areas of the surface and choose an appropriate projection. We should keep this distortion issue in mind when doing the vector space classification. The basic hypothesis in using the vector space model for classification is the contiguous hypothesis. Look back at our examples. Documents in the class China tend to have high value on dimensions like Chinese, Beijing, and Mao, which forms a contiguous region, where documents in the class UK tend to have high value for London, British, and Queen, which form another contiguous region. Also, documents of these two classes form distinct contiguous regions, which means regions do not overlap. There are two vector space classification methods we will talk: Ritual and K-nearest neighborhood. Ritual classification divides the vector space into regions centered on centroids, one for each class, compute as the centers of mass of all documents in the class. K-nearest neighbor classification assigns the majority class of the K-nearest neighbors to a test document. Thank you for watching this video. Please check the next video focusing on virtual classification.